Afternoon, everyone. There we go. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this afternoon, this very cold, chilly afternoon. Um, so let's get started. So thank you for joining us again for the presentation on leveraging a digital toolkit for small business marketing. Um, Let's get the slides here. So my name is Aisha Ahrens. I am actually, ignore this title up here, but I am actually the Managing Director for Program Innovations at the Women's Business Development Center. I've been with the Women's Business Development Center since 2020. I joined at the beginning of the pandemic. My background was in banking. I spent 17 years with business banking, working finance and helping small business owners like yourselves navigate, banking and capital needs with lending. I've also grew up in a family of small business owners myself. So, but prior to my role as managing director for program innovation, I was director of digital equity and inclusion for 2 years. So I was working with small business owners, developing digital literacy programs and helping small business owners find easy ways to incorporate digital tools into their business processes to help them save time, money, and really find those types of efficiencies that make running a business a little bit easier. I also host the podcast for the WBDC, which is Digi Tips and Tools, which is a 15-20 minute podcast discussing different digital tools that you can easily incorporate into your small business. So enough about me. Let's move on. I am with the Women's Business Development Center. This is a 501c3 nationally recognized leader in the field of women's economic development. The mission is to support and accelerate business development and growth. We don't just help women, we help also all diverse business owners, minorities, and other underserved populations and demographics in many different states. I believe we have a 9-state footprint right now. And we deliver programs and services, and it's called the 3Cs. So it's a combination of coaching where we have one-on-one advising and group advising and cohort-based curricula and workshops to help small business owners. We have an access to capital department. So we do provide a lot of financial education and then also capital options, including small business lending. And then we also have a contracts department, and part of that contracts is that we do WBE certification here. So helping small business owners become women business certified, women-owned business certified, and then also our GovCon department. So helping small business owners navigate government contracting and getting contracts with corporations and then government. So let me move on. So today we're going to be talking about leveraging a digital toolkit to help your small business marketing. And this is just kind of an example of what a toolkit might look like for you. This is not a one size fit all. Everyone's business is different. So there's certain things that you're going to need when you're creating your marketing digital toolkit. But this is just an example of some of the tools and digital tools that are out there that you might want to utilize and implement into your business processing, especially when you're trying to really implement those marketing strategies that you've come up with. So when it comes to digital tools, there's no perfect tool for every single business. So if a digital tool for, let's say, bookkeeping works with one business, it might work terribly for another business. And that there's a lot of factors that go into that. Part of it is that, there's different types of industries, maybe different financial cash flow levels, different user types, and just a lot of nuances with different businesses. We're not all the same. We don't all operate the same. So one recommendation from a business may work, but it may not be the right one. So there's a couple steps that we like to teach here at the WBDC key of how to really choose and discern the right digital tool for your business. So for every digital tool, you want to learn what's the digital landscape. So what type of tools exists to help my business process, whether it's marketing, whether it's finance, bookkeeping, customer management, or any of the tools up here, content writing, social media, external communications. What digital tool exists to help optimize this business process? So that's the first step you want to do. Then you want to identify the needed digital tool features. What do I need this digital tool? What kind of features do I need it to have? What's a non-negotiable? What is just extras, extra fluff there? But like, what are the key needs that I have for this digital tool? Comparison of the digital tool. So now that I know what benefits I need or what features, let me choose a couple. Let me choose 3 or 4 different digital tools and do a proper comparison of these digital tools to make sure that it fits my needs, that it fits. And we're asking different questions. We're asking, does it fit within my budget? Does it integrate with my existing digital tools? Does it serve the business need that I have right now for this specific process? Then discernment of which tool best benefits the business. Now that I've done the comparison, which tool is going to best serve my needs? Which one can I easily implement? It'll help take care, I can hold on to this tool until or does it scale with me? That's another way to choose a tool. Will it scale with my business growth plans? So discernment is really, how do you know which tools can be right for your business? And then the last step is ongoing work to adopt a digital tool. So you're implementing the digital tool, but how do you make sure that the digital tool is getting utilized? Do you have a team? Have you gotten their buy-in on this digital tool? Because we like digital tools, like there are a lot of different price points. So if you're the right digital tool for you does cost some money, or there's like a monthly subscription, are you making sure that your team is actually utilizing the tool so that you're getting the best, you're getting the best engagement, you're getting the tool to actually work, it's functioning, it's not just you using it. So it's ongoing work to adopt the digital tools, best practices, that falls in here as well. So before we look at your marketing toolkit, the first thing you should look at is, do you know who your customers are? As small business owners, a lot of us like to think, oh, everyone's my customer. No, everyone is not your customer. Who is your customer? Who is when you're thinking your marketing strategy plans, who is the segment that you need to focus? Because marketing does take money as well. So who are you focusing your marketing dollars on? So do you know who your customers are? And segmentation is part of this too. You may have more than one customer base. So segmentation is part of the strategy that you're coming up with for your marketing plans. So when you're thinking of your, who your customer is, think of customer research tools. There's a lot of them out there. Your marketing strategy, it doesn't begin with just Facebook. You have to have a strategy in place. It helps you achieve your goals. So you have to determine, what is the goal of your marketing efforts? Are you looking to increase your sales? Are you working towards more brand awareness or exposure? Are you looking to increase your customer base or re-engage your existing customer base? You want to look at different research tools out there. And part of that research could be, what social media are they using? What kind of content appeals to them? One of my favorite digital tools when I'm trying to think of customer research is actually HubSpot. HubSpot is a CRM, and they're a very popular CRM. So part of that is that they have a lot of data points from their existing clientele. So they're able, if you do a quick search on, trends, a lot of times you'll see an article that's from like a HubSpot blog telling you about the existing trends because they have the data built into their CRM, and they're able to create these, articles and these data points for people to use. So HubSpot is a great resource to use when you're researching, and it uses industry related data too. So, but there's other ones, HubSpot tools. There's a Make My Persona if you're trying to, come up with the avatar of who your client is. What does your client, what type of content would appeal to them? What is, what's the product that they get passionate about? What is it that they want to see? So there's a lot of different tools out there, Suzy, Tableau, but you've got a lot of decisions to make here. So when you're choosing that, look for different customer research tools, they're there to help you study your industry, again, market trends, customer behaviors. And it helps you identify sometimes if you have a hard time thinking of who your customer segments are, like it can help you identify that, helps you identify what those customer segment needs are too, their behaviors. Another part of it is you can go towards the trend articles, but if you have good engagement, you can use your own customer survey tools. If you already have a customer base, use a survey tool like, Google Forms, use SurveyMonkey, use Typeform. There's different customer survey tools out there that can help you collect direct data from your customers. And it gives you a really good insight into what their opinions are and their behaviors. So, asking your customers for their input or their feedback, it really shows them that you value their viewpoints, and it reaffirms your objective to meet their wants. So definitely look at some of those type of tools. Let's see. So we're going to start with email marketing here. Email marketing, it is still probably one of the top ways to still reach your customers. Social media is everywhere. We talk about social media and you need engagement. Email marketing is still one of the most, cost-effective ways to reach your clients. And when we think of email marketing, there's different tools. I mean, we've heard, and there's for different price points as well. Just a view of the landscape out there. Constant Contact is a popular one. MailChimp, HubSpot has its own marketing hub. MailerLite, Sender, Brevo, Drip. So Zoho Campaigns is another up and coming one. When you're looking for email marketing services, there's different price points for this. There may be, for some of these, they may have plans that limit how many emails that you can send out. So if you have a huge customer base, you might need to look for a plan that can accommodate that at a price point that works for you. Also look to see, does it integrate if you have a CRM or some kind of customer management platform. See if the email marketing platform can also integrate with that. That way you can look at data like, the click rates of emails. So if I send all these these emails to 1,000 of my clients and, 300 of them open the email, I want to know who these 300 are. I want to know who these 300 are, and I want to follow up with them. Of those 300, how many of them went to my website? How many of them made a sale from this email? So these are, this is information you get from the email marketing services, but you want to integrate that with your CRM as well. You want to integrate those tools with your project management tools so that your marketing team, whether it's you or you actually have an in-house marketing team, so they have access to that information so that they can start looking at customer segmentation and, customizing the next step, customizing the next email, the next outreach to those clients. So when it comes to email marketing, these are some of the best practices that can help increase your open rate from your customers. Again, let's use that example. If I send 1,000, what if only 200 open the email out of 1,000? One out of every five. Your subject line matters. So just having a general like hi, you're probably not going to get that engagement. No one's going to click on that. You need to think of subject lines that grab your client's attention, whether it's a sale, whether it's a, hey, great news, or you need something that's going to grab their attention, so that they're more willing to that they're looking at it, and the chances of them opening it up does increase. Your email domain, this is an important one too. Make sure, and these days it's easy to filter out your junk email. So if I see, and then also it's trust too. If I see an email address from a business and it's from @gmail.com versus at, acmepencil.com, acmepencil.com looks more legitimate than, cutegirl@gmail.com. So you want to make sure that your domain, it's up there, it's part of your digital presence. And that's what's going to increase the rate. If people see just at Gmail, they're going to think, is this trustworthy? Is this a scam? Or, it might just go right into a junk filter. Also think about the best time to send an email. When is the best time for your clients or your customers to open that email? If it's something that's just getting stuck with, the 4 a.m. emails going out, they may not get to that email. But if hey, you know what, it's going to be maybe my clients, I get the most engagement, or they're checking their email at 11:30 before lunch or during their lunch hour, maybe that's when I schedule my emails to go out. And then what day of the week too? Are they going to be opening your email on a Sunday morning? Are they going to be opening your email on a Friday night? Probably not, So think about what day of the week are you going to get the most engagement from that. And this is just, everyone's customers are different. So you're going to see, it's going to take a little bit of trial and error, of you sending emails on Mondays and Tuesdays and going, you know what, Tuesday seemed to be a better day for them to look at my email, because maybe Monday at work, they are actually, spending the morning doing their actual job, not checking their emails. Who is my audience? Who are you sending these emails to? Your email lists, are they specially curated? Are they your existing customers? Are they potential customers? And then segment your list based off of, what you find too. Are these existing customers and you're trying to re-engage them to make another purchase? Well, you're not going to send an intro email to them. You're going to send a, hey, we miss you. For returning clients, we have this special deal, So think about segmenting your list that way. You don't want to send the intro or, a repeat customer email to somebody who's brand new. And then also keep your list up to date. Nothing's more irritating than getting, emails from somebody you have not done business with 15 years ago, have no interest in. And also it's waste of money for you and time of effort for you too. So make sure that those emails are up to date. It's not an old email address. It's not an email address that's no longer used. That's just going to junk, So make sure that those lists are up to date. So let's talk about marketing on social media. So social media, this is computer-based technology. It facilitates the sharing of ideas, thoughts, information, and virtual networks and communities. Also a place to find your cat videos. This is going to be a really good way to get traction for your sales. And there's a lot of different ways that you can reach your audience through social media. You're not only going to get new customers, but you can still engage with your existing customers. And then also it gives you great ways to market your business for more sales or increase your brand awareness. Definitely have your business on your Facebook page, or have a business Facebook page. But also think about your business on LinkedIn. look at platforms like Instagram. And we'll talk about TikTok in a minute, but where you need to make a decision of where you want to post. So let's talk about, so these are your most popular ones here. Meta is obviously your Facebook. This is still one of the largest social media websites. This is really good for sharing information, chatting, and interacting with your customers, utilizing Facebook ads. Joining groups is a really good way to share interactive content or start conversations. Instagram allows you to showcase your business, your products, services through posts, reels, stories. You can create content using photos, videos, live feeds, and then you utilize your bio links for purchase options. So if you want to set an appointment, if you're a service, or if you sell products, utilize that bio link to get them to a sales page. Now, TikTok. TikTok is it's a great way to market and grow your business and engage with your customers as long as it exists. But you're looking at video-based content for now. There's still questions about it being around in the future. I believe they are still working on that. But yeah, that's why I've got this nice little question mark here. LinkedIn, this is the most professional network. This is where you share posts, content, articles with related audiences. This is really good for B2B. If you're doing marketing B2B or just making sure that you have a digital presence, LinkedIn is definitely going to help you there. You have YouTube, which is the second most popular search engine, I believe, after Google and Google Images. This allows you to share videos that are informational and entertaining. So you tend to see a lot of like tutorials, reviews, instructional videos, and like educational content, lifestyle videos. Pinterest is another one that's related to travel, decor, lifestyle, DIY, but it's a good platform if you're sharing aesthetic related content. The majority of the users are female on Pinterest, but again, really good platform if your content is related to travel, decor, fashion, lifestyle. Google Business Profile. This is for those of you who have not checked that recently, it formerly was Google My Business. It is now Google Business Profile. It has been for like the last year or two. This is honestly, this is the most basic. This you should have. For all businesses, you should have a Google Business Profile. And this little newcomer over here is RedNote. So with TikTok shutting down or all, for that one day or all the rumors of it getting banned, RedNote actually in one day last week increased, I believe the numbers, they went from 400,000 users to 1.8 million users in one day. Now, is RedNote sustainable? I think it was just kind of like, a snub to the government for banning TikTok in the first place. But RedNote may not be sustainable because there's a lot of content restrictions for learn Mandarin, first of all, but also there's a lot of content restrictions around and, freedom of speech issues when it comes to RedNote because it is Chinese based. I think it's out of Shanghai, but it seems to be right now a really great environment and a really great community that from ex-TikTokers. So let's go to the next page. Okay, so who is your audience? When we think of social media and how can you reach them? And I'm going to show you two graphs. This is a image that I pulled from socialpilot.com late last year. And I'm going to show you the difference between this and an image that I pulled 3 years ago. So right now on Facebook, 3.7 billion users, 500 million users and growing on X. 518 million users on Pinterest. And you see these numbers, 1 billion on LinkedIn, 2.5 billion on YouTube, 2 billion on Instagram, TikTok. This number is definitely not correct right now. 1.5 billion users, but as of late last year, that was the number. I want you to look at this and the difference between this a year ago and this chart 2 years ago. So 3.7 billion users right now on Facebook. 3 years ago, only 2.7. You have, let's see, on Instagram, 2.5 billion, or sorry, 2 billion users on Instagram. And now you have Instagram. Sorry, this is the old one. That's up from 1.2 billion users. So you have 2.5 billion users on YouTube, and 3 years ago, only 600 and I'm sorry, YouTube's right here, 2.3 billion users. So you can see how social media is becoming a necessity when it comes to, just users. But a lot of these users are small business owners as well. It's not just a younger generation who grew up on, technology and social media. This is also small businesses taking advantage of these outlets. So when you look at these, there's different, when you're looking for the right social media platform, TikTok's not going to be right for everybody. YouTube's not going to be the right platform for everybody's marketing strategy. Even Instagram's not going to be the right one. Maybe it is that, hey, I've done my research. Everybody that I know, the businesses that I deal with, my industry, they're all on Facebook. Then that's the social media platform that you're using. But you have to look at all the other ones too, to make sure that you're not missing out on any opportunities. If the goal for you is to use, or your marketing strategy is to grow a larger customer base, make sure that you're not leaving them behind, because not everybody has all these digital tools. For example, I have never had a Facebook thing. I am in my 40s. I have never had a Facebook account. I have an Instagram one, but I've never had a Facebook one. So if somebody's trying to reach me on Facebook, they're not going to see it. Now, if I see their ad on Instagram, I've definitely bought stuff on Instagram. So maybe that's how they reach a customer like me. I am on Pinterest. I am on, LinkedIn to me was the most, a long time ago, that was the most important social media for me. I needed a good job. So LinkedIn was where I went, and LinkedIn is where I follow other people, and I follow other companies, and I follow other, colleagues and friends. And when they share articles about other companies, this is how I find out about it. There's a whole entire way. So it's really, where are your clients? So let's go to Google Business Profile. So Google Business Profile to me is, when it comes to social media, this is important. This tells clients that you're open, that you exist. If I'm doing a search on a business and I do Google, I want to see that there's a Google Business Profile, even if they're a home-based business. It won't tell me the exact address. It'll tell me what service area that coverage area that they service, but it is not, I need to know that this is a legit business. So if I do a Google search and you're not showing up in the results, or, there's no Google Business Profile, I might question, like, is this business legitimate? In this day and age, everyone wants reassurance that there's no scams, especially if there's, money exchange occurring. They want to make sure that there's no scams. So Google Business Profile is important. It tells your customers you're there. One of the features that I love about Google Business Profile is that it allows you to create posts. So you can leave posts there. And then the other thing too is that customers are able to engage here. So Bobby's Barbecue and Catering, you can see 611 reviews. This gives you an opportunity to, connect and engage with your clients. If you see, and something you should always keep in mind, even if you see a bad review on there, it gives you the opportunity to actually respond to it. If there's a complaint or a bad review, respond to it. Don't ignore it. Respond to it, because not only does it show that customer that, oh, this business owner cares about rectifying the situation, it shows prospective customers that, oh, there looks like they got a bad review, but it looks like it got fixed. It looks like the business owner reached out to the client and it got taken care of. That's a business that I want to do business with. So keep that in mind. And then there's also, make sure that it, be a business profile, there's interactions integrated with your analytics. There's analytic tools here that can show you who's interacting, who's searching you. So I want to talk about customer engagement. Again, reply to both comments and complaints. Whatever the social media platform is, if it's Instagram and someone is trashing you in the comments, reach out to them. I'm sorry that this is definitely not the experience we want from our customers. Please DM me. Let's talk about it. Same thing with Google Business Profile. Somebody Yelp, any of these platforms, anybody, if there's a negative review, reach out to them. It's going to help possibly salvage that interaction with that client, but also potential customers, existing customers, if they see that the business owner has gone in and tried to rectify it and reached out and actually responded to it, that gives them there's the perception that from their point of view, okay, this business cares about the customers. They care about customer service. I can make my purchase with confidence that if anything goes wrong, there's dialogue. I'm not just being shut out. There's dialogue. There's somebody who can talk to me. Do interactive polls on your social media. This is a great way to get engagement. Comment on other posts. So follow other businesses, follow, other influencers, clients, follow them, comment on posts. If there's into other businesses in the industry, comment on it. I mean, think of like Wendy's. Wendy's comments on everybody. They comment on, on Chick-fil-A. They comment on McDonald's. Everybody's social media, whoever does social media for Wendy's, she comments on everything. Start conversations with their customers. Again, it's all about engaging them, whether it's with polls. Something that I love seeing from small businesses is when they share their milestones with their customers and their followers. Hey, we reached, 5 you so much. We have, 5,000 or 5,000 followers on Instagram, or, hey, this post went viral, celebrate those things. It's our 10-year anniversary, or it's our, we've been open for 2 years. It's our 2-year anniversary. Celebrate with your customers. They want to see that. They want to see that there's a personality with the people that they are doing business with. And that part of that is showing that appreciation for your customers and your followers. All right, so let's talk about content design tools. I talked about social media, but a lot of you, you're as business owners, some of you are wearing way too many hats, and I mean, out of necessity in a business day. When it comes to creating your social media, it becomes another task. So there are tools to help you to make this process easy for you. Content design tools, they're helpful if if you're creating your own social media posts. So if it's your responsibility or you have somebody who helps you with it, their social media content, the design tools are there to help make this easy. They exist to help you make aesthetically pleasing posts that reflect your business brand. So think about, how are you designing your posts today? Is your marketing in-house, or are you outsourcing your marketing? And what is your capacity to create for social media? Think about your business branding. How did you decide your logo? Who are you marketing to? Who is your customer? What are your business colors? What do they mean? And, there's different resources out there that can help you with that. I know that I've seen articles about your brand and what the hues, the colors that you choose, what that says about your brand, what that says about your company. So an introduction to the landscape. When you think of content design tools, and especially when we're thinking in, creating content for social media, there's different tools here. Canva is one of my favorites. I love Canva. And part of loving Canva is that there is a freemium version. As the former director for digital tools, I love freemium. If there is a free tool or like a level where I can test out digital tools for free, I'm all in. So Canva is one of those tools, and there is an upgrade. You can always upgrade it. I think here at the WBDC we even haven't upgraded, but Canva is such a great tool. It allows you to create professional looking posts. It's not just, somebody taking a picture with their iPhone and posting it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but think about your brand. You have to think about what appeals to your customer, to your ideal client. If you've used Adobe Spark in the back, I know our digital tools facilitator loves Adobe Express. There's Visme, Design Bold lately. So there's different design tools out. When you're looking at these tools, there's also extra resources to help you. So when it comes to content design and writing resources, think of, different digital tools you can use. Grammarly or Grammarly Go, which is the AI writing assistant. This is a very popular digital tool if you are somebody who struggles creating posts. Or, hey, I need to write a post, or I need to write this email. Grammarly is one of those tools. And then Grammarly Go with the AI assistant is definitely helpful. There's AI tools, and I will talk more at length about AI a little bit later. But AI tools like ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, if you use Google products, there's Gemini, Claude 3.5. These tools can help you write content. Helps you write ads, captions, emails to clients, and I'll show you some examples later. If you are somebody who would like to create graphic designs for your post, you can use a tool like Pictographer. And one of the benefits is that it does integrate with your Google Suite if you are somebody who uses Google Suite. Unsplash and Pexels. So Unsplash and Pexels has two levels. There's a freemium version as well. It allows you to find free stock photos. And then there is, you can also pay for other photos that you see. Do not, I want you to think about image copyright. So be really careful about, and I would just say, don't do it. Don't just copy and paste images and designs and artwork that don't belong to you from the web, from any website, and you are not free to use it. So don't just copy and paste that onto your social media. That is somebody's property, and you should always play it safe and either get their permission from either the artist or the photographer and credit them, or pay to use the image. If those are not options, just don't use it. That's why tools like Unsplash and Pexels.com, they exist for that. There's so many free stock photo designs out there, or you can stamp your own photo. You can use your own phone, take a picture, especially if you're taking a picture of your products. You can use any filter too, or any Photoshop tool to make your photos look professional. I would be wary with any AI generated photos or images that you create using an AI platform, because and I'll get into this a little bit later, but it might be someone's artwork style that's being copied. And there's a lot of there's legal, and then there's also just kind of ethically, it's kind of ambiguous there. And again, I would just steer away from doing that. There's articles out there too about understanding image copyright. Definitely get yourself acquainted with it. So when you're looking for the right digital tool features, especially when it comes to content creation, look for something that has like a large content design a large library of content design templates. You want something that you can use it to engage your customers effectively. And then maybe a digital tool that can help you build your brand assets. And that way it allows you to maintain that consistency with your brand. And then you can also create those customized brand templates in that platform itself. And then if you can find one that has allows you to create like a content calendar or has like a post scheduler in there integrated, or maybe it integrates with content manager tools, look for those type of tools there. And then also at the end of the day, with social media content design tools, how easy was it for you to create a post? If it's something that's easy, it allows you maybe to create evergreen content. So you only have to make the post a couple times, and then if you don't have feed new posts in it, maybe it, refreshes old posts. How easy is it to use? And user experience is going to be really important here. If it's complicated and posts don't turn out the way that you want it to, you're not going to use it often. So how easy is it to create the posts? Does it have a template so you can easily just go in and create a post and, put it in the scheduler ready to go? Can you set aside like 2 hours on, a Sunday and create a whole month's worth of, social media posts? Is it that easy? So definitely look for those options there. But yeah, so that customer ease is going to be really used. When it comes to content manager tools, so content manager tools, they really do just help you streamline social media posting by allowing you to schedule posts across different social media channels. That way you can create a post and decide, I need to post this, on Facebook on Monday, and then Instagram on Wednesday, and then, create this LinkedIn post to go on Friday, without having to go in every day and post individual posts. You can schedule it, for the following month. You can schedule like, I need these posts to go out on this day. This post, I want it to go out, every week on Wednesday. So content manager tools, they help you with the organization. They help you with publishing those posts as well. And content manager tools that are out there. Meta has one. Hootsuite is a very popular one. It can be pricey though. Metricool is one that I was introduced to by a client. I believe it does have a freemium, or it's rather affordable with a lot of features. So this seems to be like the popular one out there. Meet Edgar is another one. Sprout Social is a popular one as well. So these are some of the content manager tools that do exist. So 3 tips when you're managing your digital presence. Again, be consistent in your posting. Social media does not work if you're just going to post the one time and ignore it for, the next 3 weeks. You need to be consistent with your posting. Does that mean you post every day? Not necessarily. It really depends on that. Does it mean you're going to post weekly? Probably. Several times a week? Probably. It all goes back to what your objectives are when you're thinking of your marketing strategy. Is it for brand awareness? Is it to grow my customer base? That's what's going to dictate, how often you're posting there. So again, you don't have to create content every day. It would drive me bananas if I had to create a post every single day. Take some time, utilize, we like to call it CEO time. Set aside CEO time where you're working on your business, make it the marketing. Maybe today's, Sunday is the day that I spend an hour and a half, 2 hours creating a whole month worth of marketing. And I'm going to use the templates and create it, use AI tools and create, my content, my posts. And I'm not going to sit there and think, okay, well, what am I going to say for this? I'm going to use AI. I'm going to use all the tools, digital tools out there to help me create all the content for the next month. I'm going to pop it into my content manager tool, and that's it. my social media is taken care of. And then again, yeah, utilize that content manager tool to release your posts. So this is an example, an image of Metricool, like the content postings, where you can create the post. You can, here it looks like Twitter, or formerly Twitter, X, and Meta gets posted. This post is on this day. They've scheduled it. So you can kind of see what a schedule looks like here and where things are being posted. On LinkedIn, we're posting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on Wednesday, we're also doing a different one here. So you can create content and decide, what does your engagement look like for the week? What does your engagement look like for the month? The other thing that content manager tools can, because they are looking, and if you integrate it with your your engagement tools, it'll look at when is the best time. It'll tell you, this is not the best time to, looks like after lunch might not be the best time on a Sunday to post these things. Is it worse? Is it better? It's kind of color coded to show you when's the best time to post. And it's going to look for those, trends based on the data that it receives on somebody opening the post or clicking on the post, the engagement. This is an example of Hootsuite. Again, like you have a post that's being posted on a Monday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, on different platforms. So, again, I just had a couple different ones. And then integration. So the content, if you use a project management tool, like I love Asana for project management and, building out things, you can create a social media content calendar and integrate it with your content manager tool. So you're building out your strategy and then you're integrating it there so that everyone can see, hey, this is our media outreach, social media outreach. Okay, so let's talk about AI tools. This is not what, I'm only going to cover a little bit on AI and just some easy ways that you can utilize AI in your marketing strategy. So AI, what is AI? You've probably been using AI for years and you've never noticed, or you just didn't realize it was AI. I took off my Apple Watch, but yeah, Siri, Alexa, those are AI. Every time you ask, what's, the hey Alexa, whatever, I'm trying not to say it before she starts talking. But every time you ask a question, that's AI. It's searching its database for the answer for you. When you're asking weather, when you're asking, hey, do I have notifications? It's looking up the data that its parameters cover and it gives you an answer. And same thing with Chat GPT, with Copilot, with Gemini, if you're using Claude 3.5. It has its sources and it searches the internet, searches the sources that it has, the data, to find the answer for you. So AI, or it's artificial intelligence, it refers to the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. So again, you have OpenAI, ChatGPT. If you utilize Microsoft tools, like if you have Microsoft Office, Copilot is part of that. So you do have access to Copilot. We actually use Copilot here at the WBDC because we use Microsoft Office. If you use Google Suite, you have Gemini. That's a free AI platform there. Copilot and Gemini are very popular because they use the internet for their sources. It's open AI, and Copilot uses Bing search engine. Gemini's using Google. Claude 3.5 Sonnet is another one that's gotten popular over there. So there are two different versions. There's the free ones that you have, which run on older GPT things, and I'm not going to get into detail. We do have webinars that talk about in depth about AI systems and everything. So join us for one of those. We do them every quarter. But there are also the upgraded ones. There's the freemium and then the upgrade. So Microsoft 365 Copilot. This is if you have 365 Office Suite. Google Gemini Advanced. This is an advanced one that you can upgrade. Chat GPT, there is a paid version, and then there's the free version. Claude, same thing with Claude. So just to show you how popular ChatGPT was when it first came up, this is an infographic that we got about how long it took for certain selected online services to reach 1 million users. For Netflix, it took 3.5 years. I don't know who's old enough here to remember Netflix when they first started out. You went online and they mailed you a DVD. That's how Netflix started out. Once they went streaming, it took 3.5 years for them to reach 1 million users. Kickstarter, 2.5 years. Let's see, Facebook took 10 months to get their first million users. Instagram, 2.5 months. ChatGPT only took 5 days. That is how fast AI is growing, AI usage amongst business owners, amongst the everyday public, your clients, your customers, your business, you know, your what's it called? Your business industry. This is how fast it takes. So what can you use AI for? So you can use it to write articles, marketing copy, stories, emails, essays. You can use it to generate ideas and examples, surveys like multiple choice questions. You can use it to recommend products, services, books, movies. I've actually utilized it to create a itinerary for travel. A couple of years ago, my husband and I went to Ireland, and I created an itinerary using ChatGPT. And, I did take advantage of some of the recommendations on there. You can use it to explain complicated topics. A lot of times we like to use AI tools like Gemini or Copilot to ask questions, almost like, a a very specific search engine. If you've ever done like a Google search, you see related articles. You don't always necessarily see the answers. It's giving you articles that may provide the answer or may be relevant to what you're looking for. With AI, you can ask a question and it'll come up with an answer. And we will talk about the trustworthiness of those answers in a minute. So, but we'll talk about that in the shortcomings. You can use it to analyze sentiment or tone based on like punctuation, words, phrases of texts that are out there, emails. You can use it to translate too. 95 different languages exist on different AI platforms. So I'm just using ChatGPT as an example here because that was the most popular one that really reached the public outside of Siri and Alexa. But so what are some of those limitations I mentioned earlier? Sometimes it generates incorrect information. Why does it do that? Because the source is the internet, and not everything on the internet is true. People publish misinformation and intentional misinformation and maybe outdated information on the internet, and that's a source. It does not know if this is true or not. If me and a group of people decide to post something that the sky is not, blue, it is actually, green, but there's 10,000 of us posting these articles that the sky is green, it's going to look at it like, well, hey, this is trending, the sky's green. It doesn't know what the truth is. So it's not the intelligence. Keep that in mind. AI is not a human intelligence. It does not replace a person. It's only using its source material for that. Sometimes it produces harmful instructions. Again, it's based on the misinformation out there. I think there was a case where it was for people who had what's called like eating disorders. One of the recommendations that one of the AI things had was I believe a chatbot said to go on a diet. That's not the right information to give somebody with eating disorder. It may also produce biased content. because there's a lot of cultural insensitivities. And then also representation isn't always there on the internet. Limited knowledge of current world events, like the free version of ChatGPT, it's behind. It doesn't look up to, it doesn't, the source material is not up to date. I think it's 14 months now. It used to be 18 months behind. So if you were looking for an event that happened within the last 18 months, it had no idea how to answer that question for you. Different ways you can minimize the shortcomings of AI is to be as specific as possible with your prompts. Don't ask general question. You're going to get a lot of info that's going to be just very general and vague. So be very specific about what you're asking, and then use the responses as a starting point. It's meant to be a dialogue type tool. So when you ask a question, you can ask it, be more concise, or expand on this, or that's too much information, scale it down. Be more, be more serious, be more playful in the tone. So use it like a conversation. That is how it's built. Let's see. So these are just some examples of uses based on least complex to the most highest risk use and high complexity. And this is the reason that I put this here is communications, copy and editing, grant writing. This is low risk, low complexity. If you have not used AI, this is how you start. Start using it. This is going to be easy for you. It's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be high risk. So when we talk about AI for marketing, you can use it to generate or optimize marketing materials. You can use it to generate content ideas for your social media posts. You can use it to generate customer surveys for market research. And then also, and I will show you later, marketing tool recommendations. If you don't know how to choose a digital tool and, you're using our method and you're like, okay, I still can't make a decision between these 10 different digital tools, utilize a tool like AI to help you make that decision. It'll have the recommendations for you. So when we're talking about generating and optimizing copy, or looking at generating emails, if you are not, if that's not your strong suit, use AI to generate an email. If you want to increase your digital presence, maybe start doing blogs, maybe start releasing blogs, or, but sometimes it takes a minute to come up with an idea of what should I write about. Use AI to come up with the ideas. Product descriptions, ad copy, headlines, social media captions. There's so many different ways that you can use this. So this is an example of a promotional email. And the prompt would be, write a promotional email for 30% off custom fine jewelry for the month of February. And this is what it came up with. I actually did this, I think yesterday I added this. So the subject line, sparkle this February with 30% off custom fine jewelry. And it's a promotional email. Dear customer, and you would fill in the customer's name. February is a month of love. It goes da 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 da, and then gives you a user code for checkout. So it gives you a call to action right here. And then it gives you the opportunity to put your name, your contact information, your website. So it has everything that you would want in a promotional email. You can, once you get this output from AI, if you don't like the tone and you're like, I want it to be more serious, ask it to be more serious. If you want it to be more playful, okay, make it more playful. That should be the follow-up prompt. It's a conversation, and then AI will change that, or the output will change. This is an example of a social media caption and post. Write a Facebook caption and post for 20% off your first Valentine's Day treat gift box order. Include relevant hashtags. So it came up with this, gives us our intro, what's the promotion, our call to action, use this code at checkout, hurry, offer ends soon, and then it gives us our hashtags at the bottom. Fun fact, I created this image using Copilot. So I asked it to create an image of an iPhone with this Facebook post on it, to reflect this in this caption post, this Facebook caption and post, and it created this for me. Now, the one thing I will tell you is that when you create a thing, and there are tools that can help fix this, AI does not know how to spell. You can ask it, and if you look in here, there's probably a ton of spelling errors in here that don't even make any sense. So don't count on it to be exact. It's just making an image. But there are tools that you can use to kind of clean it up. This is another AI image, and this is for, write a Facebook caption for your spring prep landscape service for the month of March. Include relevant hashtags. Gives you the offer, your call to action, your hashtags. Now, if you are somebody who wants to write a blog, if this is, a part of your email or your ongoing engagement with your clients, is maybe sending them an email. Maybe you don't have a call to action. Maybe you don't have a sale, but if maybe you're an accountant and, hey, I need to connect with my clients. Why don't I send them emails or blogs about, ways that they can prepare for the tax season? Things they want to know about. What are some changes? So here I asked AI to generate some winter blog post ideas for my accounting business for January. And it gave me a bunch of titles: New Year, New Finances, Top Accounting Tips, tax preparation season or tax season preparation, understanding the latest tax law changes for 2025. It gave me a bunch of different options, and I only put 5 down here. Now I want it to create a blog post outline for that, understanding the latest tax law changes. It created a blog post outline for me. If I found, if you find this too complex, I asked it to, make it more concise. And it created a smaller outline for me so that I can, using my expertise as a CPA, I'm not a CPA, but if I have an accounting business, I can use my expertise and write this quick blog. I can even ask AI to write the blog. I will proofread it because, again, you want to make sure that the content is correct. It is not creating image content that is incorrect with misinformation. But you can do this. You can release it as a blog. If generate customer surveys, this is an example. If you have a landscaping business, you want to ask your customers what programs they'd like their company to offer. Customer surveys are a great way to get that engagement. You don't want to overdo it. 4 seems to be a good number, 3 or 4 surveys a year for your clients. You don't want to be sending them a new survey every month, every week. That's not, but if you like that engagement and you have a good customer base that opens your emails, that's a great way to do it. And then digital marketing tool recommendations. What are some popular digital tools for web graphics or for editing photos? And, you've got some options. These were the recommendations that came out. You have Unsplash, Canva, Adobe Photoshop for editing photos, for social media management. We talked about Metricool, Buffer, Hootsuite, for webinars, Zoom, Livestorm. So yeah, it gives you those recommendations if you're having a hard time finding it. So AI, what to watch out for as a small business? Hallucinations. So hallucination is an output from AI that is, if it doesn't know the answer, it will just come up with an answer and present it with authority. So you don't know. So when you're doing anything with outputs, always double check the information, the output. Don't just copy and paste. Read it line for line once, read it line for line twice. Make sure that the content is accurate, that there's no misinformation, because inaccuracies, that's your brand. That's your business. That's your brand on the line. Plagiarism too. There's always, again, it's using the internet out there. So don't just copy and paste, put it in your own words. Use it as a guideline. Intellectual property violations, like with the images, and then branding issues. Make sure that like when you're rewriting the email, the output from the AI, make sure that it reflects your brand. You're looking for a quality post, the authenticity, make sure it's there. It's consistent. There's, creativity, your creativity shows. You want to make sure that your brand shows there, that your company voice is what's being reflected in the post. So this is just an example, with the marketing digital toolkit. So if you've gone through, you want to create a toolkit like this for customer research. Maybe you're using HubSpot. Customer survey, I like to, send emails to my clients. Maybe I'm using SurveyMonkey because they can do it on their phone, they can do it on their laptop. And it gets the metrics get tracked, and then I can see the engagement there. Maybe for my email marketing, I'm using MooSend. Maybe constant contacts the price is too high for me. I'm going to look at other options like Drip or MooSend. External communications. I used to use Gmail. Maybe I got a domain name from GoDaddy. I finally invested in there so that my clients know that my business is legitimate. Social media, my clients B2B on Instagram, but also my brand awareness on LinkedIn, B2B, but my brand awareness is reflected in Instagram, and then my Google business profile is always up to date. Maybe I'm looking at my analytics, my engagement for my clients, my website engagement through my Google Analytics, and everything that gets integrated that way. For my content design, maybe I'm using Canva. For images, I like to go to Pexels. So this is how you're going to build that marketing digital toolkit so that every time you have to create content, you have this toolkit. This is what I use as a small business owner. If I hire somebody, these are the tools that I already have set up. This is what they're going to do. My brand is reflected through these tools. Metricool is my content manager. These tools scale with my business. As my business grows, these are the tools that I'm utilizing. Another part of your marketing, it could be your blog posts and it could be your podcast. Maybe you're doing podcast. I have a podcast. But what are you using for that? What's the platform? Are you using Sprout Social? Are you using Libsyn? Are you using I forget, there's so many different ones out there. But yeah, so the marketing digital toolkit, I hope this has been helpful for everyone. This is how, hopefully that this is going to be really helpful as you're utilizing, as you're growing your marketing strategy and implementing your marketing strategy in the new year. Good. This is my information. If you would like to schedule a free one-on-one advising, that's my link there. Or you could send me an email at aarons@wbdc.org.
It looks like you have a few questions. You have one in the Q&A box. You have actually two in the Q&A box.
Okay, let's see. Society, if we have home-based businesses and don't want to show the address, is that possible? On Google Business Profile, yes. So there are steps, and you can Google. It'll show you how to actually do it, where it shows your service area, so the area that you serve, and that's what's going to show, but you can do it so it does not show your personal address. And will we receive a digital copy of the presentation? I think if I'm not mistaken, the recording will be shared. Yes.
We still have time for questions, so please put your
Yeah.
questions in the chat box.
I'm going to go back. I think somebody had asked if we can go back to this. And if you would like, I can actually, the blank copy of this, I can actually, share as a PDF. If that can also get, distributed with the follow-up email. Amal, do you have experience with Zapier? I do not. I can look into it, but I don't have experience with that. Does anybody on this call have experience with Zapier that they can share? Okay, and then I see, how do I start an email list? So your email list is going to be your customers. With every, if you're a new business, with every customer you have, get that information. Start an email list. I know that there are email lists out there that are for sale. I don't have a recommendation which one's going to be the best one for you. That's not really a tool that I look at, but it's going to be you looking to that. It's going to be your customer survey. It's going to be your customer research, your first customers. That's how you're going to get that email list. There are, and I did not cover it on here because it's, I can talk about it for half an hour, but there are CRMs out there, and CRM can be a pricey tool, but there are free versions of CRMs that work on a smaller scale for small business budgets too. So, that's a great way to manage your customer lists. I don't know if, I think with maybe with like tools like Constant Contact, there might be email lists that they might have access to, based on industry and what they have. So I don't know how to really, when you're doing the email list, it could be organic, or you could just go out and you can buy one. But the downfall of buying one is that you don't know if these are clients that would be interested in your business. If that's, you might just be paying for one and not seeing the engagement that you want. So, it's something that you're going to have to grow with time. Are there any other questions?
Did you get all 7 of the questions in the Q&A box?
Oh, no, I did not. Sorry. Okay, so I answered the Zapier. I don't, email list. So yeah, Veronica, you really want to start an email list, but you want to start a customer management system. Just, any existing clients that you have, new clients, look at, it's going to be part of that research too. Is there any one platform that can be used as one platform instead of jumping from one to another? So that is going to be based on integrations. Again, you can, but it's really which digital tool, what stage of the business are you in? What digital tool can take care of everything? For example, I don't know if this is going to work. Well, it could be. Like a larger small business, say if you have a small business and you have, 20 employees and you have teams. So you have a finance team, you have a marketing team, you have a sales team. A digital tool that I would definitely invest in would be a CRM. And there's different ones. You have HubSpot, you have, what's it called? Salesforce is pricey, but that's probably a medium-sized business, but Salesforce is also another one. When you think of CRMs, there's different ones out there. Monday is another CRM, but there's different usages for CRMs. And this is what I'm saying. There's no one perfect CRM, because you need a CRM that you're going to use that reflect the needs that you have. So if you need a tool where finance and marketing and sales teams can do their work and, work their customer leads, and then, the budget, and still stay on budget and work through, the numbers and talk to each other that way. So, the marketing team can put information in that, or the finance team can put information in that the sales team can use for their sales. That could be a tool, but part of that is integrating all the different digital tools together. And you can always do a search before you purchase these digital tools. Check to see what integrations are on there. And then also find out, maybe the integration's not available now. It doesn't mean that they're not working on it to integrate this year or next year, or, it takes a lot of time to get those integrations up and running. So just because it doesn't have it now, doesn't mean it's never going to happen. Is there a course that goes more in depth given by the WBDC? So I do host a digital boot camp. The next one is actually only for Aurora citizens or Aurora residents and business owners, but I am looking to do one later in the year. So keep a lookout. We do have a digital boot camp. It goes through all these processes, and we take a deeper look and a deeper dive into all the digital tools. It's a boot camp. It is 5 days, Monday through Friday, from 9:30 to 11:30. It is 1.5 hours with a half-hour office hour. Social media posts can be quite time consuming. How much time should you devote to social media posts? It depends what is your strategy? Is it customer engagement, getting new customers? Is it, I think you put, how can you check to see if your posts are bringing in new business? It's going to be that engagement. When you create a post, do you see an uptick in people visiting your website? And that's where a tool like Google Analytics is going to be really important, because Google Analytics, when you link it up to your website, shows you who's visiting your website, from where are they visiting your website, what time are they visiting your website, and what posts work. So if you said, okay, well, I put in this post on Wednesday, and I noticed Wednesday through Thursday, I had, 25 new people go to my website, then that's the day that maybe I'm going to post. If I tried doing that on Monday and it only yielded 2 people, but how many, when it comes to the social media posts and how much time you should be utilizing, it can be consuming, but use a digital tool where you can, take a picture and create maybe, 6 or 7 different posts using that same photo, or use those templates and use an AI tool, so that, you schedule some time during the week. So there is some work to do on your part, but schedule some time. It doesn't have to be a daily thing. It doesn't have to be, time consuming. You can either schedule it so, hey, I just need to do my post for this week every week, or I'm going to spend 2 hours and create a whole month's worth of posts. But utilize a tool like, like a metric tool, a content manager tool, to really help you really publish those or post those social media captions and posts and reels.
Okay, it looks like we are at time. I'd
Yeah.
like to thank you for your presentation today. And if you are part of the BACP Entrepreneur Certificate Program, your account will automatically reflect your attendance today. To learn more about our program, please visit BACP webinars. That's chicago.gov/BACP webinars. To learn more about our upcoming webinars, to learn about the certificate program, please visit chicago.gov/BACP certificate. Thank you and stay warm.
Thanks, everyone.